Folks, we got a real good one for you tonight. I'll tell you, or today, whatever time you're tuning in, just trust me. I'm bugging. This is great. This is like episode number 10, I think. And we're moving right along. What a show. What a feeling. I feel so privileged to be able to do this with Lux Media. Thank you so much, Lux Media, for producing, editing, and making this whole thing possible. So we've been having discussions about the pandemic, and we're going to further discussions a little bit different tonight. I have some talent. I figure, you know what? Hey, we're alive, folks. We're still here. And so with that, I have some entertainment tonight in the form of a couple. And one is the inspiration behind the other one, and the other one is the musician. None other than Frank and Marilyn from New Jersey. So without further ado, I'm going to bring them on. Everybody give a round of applause for Frank and Marilyn, please.
Thanks. Thanks a lot, Tom.
You got it, buddy. So Frank, what is it you're going to start us off with, Frank?
My composition.
It's original compositions. I'm going to play two to keep it short, especially for you. One is called Night Shift, and the other one is called For My Brother, because I lost my brother years ago when he was young, and we're losing a lot of people now, and a lot of young people. And the second song you're going to relate to more. This is just to get your show off, get you going. Because you're my brother too.
Appreciate it. Thank you, brother. And sister. Awesome. Love it, Frankie. Love it. Love it. You've been definitely keeping those fingers and joints lubed up.
Say, do you want the other one?
Everybody, Frank and Marilyn, everybody has their story to share. I don't know if you guys want to prop the phone up or prop your device up and just be a little further back. Is there any place that you could sit it? Or is it sitting down? Because I could tell, Marilyn, you might be holding it right now. And then you could kind of just, shag back, because, just be comfortable, because we're here. We're going to spend a moment together. I miss you folks. I miss Jersey a great deal. And there's no rush. While I'm talking, you all scramble around and try to get the right angle. That's what it's all about, everybody. Being comfortable in life.
Look over there.
Yeah. So while you're doing all that, your ears are open. I just want you to think about how the pandemic has reshaped your lives and what's changed with you all since the pandemic has hit.
How it's affected our lives?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Well, first, it's affected our lives because, like everybody else, we've been in for almost a year, and our hearts are broken for all the people who have lost loved ones, and we know of some people too. Right now, how it is affecting us personally is it seems like everyone is getting their vaccinations, and we can't get it. We've been on links and check it every day. So far,
Shortage.
Yeah, we haven't gotten vaccinated.
A lot of people can't get the vaccine, and
I never felt anything like this, where you're home alone. You're home. Well, I'm with Marilyn, luckily, but you can't go out. You can't go anywhere. Everything is closed, and we just had a storm here. So you're in Florida. You got to put a mask on and you go for a walk and keep your distance. But you can't even do that here. You can't even go outside. Everything is ice. We had 30 inches of snow here in New Jersey, in North Jersey.
And we noticed your short sleeve shirt, Tommy.
Yeah, I knew I should have put my knit hat on and stuff, hey, look, if it's any consolation, we have the heat on in the house and I just wanted to warm up.
Oh, sure. We know. And you know what else, Tommy? Truthfully, I'm not just saying this. When we heard that you had the COVID, oh my God, that was so upsetting to us. But thank God we keep listening to you when you do the live video, and we're so grateful for that.
Yeah, and we lost a lot of people, and on the news every day,
Goes up and
the list goes up, goes higher and higher and higher, and profiles.
What's the local government doing up there with this whole situation? Are they closing things down? Are they doing a curfew, or how are they handling this?
All the restaurants here are closed, and a lot of them that had takeout food went out of business. So it's devastating for a business.
No, well, we could order food to take out. We can do that. But then Frank is such a good cook, we don't need to do that.
Oh my gosh, I know. I remember the delicious salads and things. You all kept it coming.
You can't order in a lot of places. There's a place in town called The Drip where people used to congregate.
I remember The Drip. Yep.
Yeah, and they had the
He went out of
coffee and
business.
things, and the guy went out of business. And it was like
how about the pool hall, Frank?
The pool hall?
Wasn't there a pool hall somewhere close by as well? You took me past?
In Madison Commons, they closed the pool. No one was allowed to go in the pool.
No.
Yeah. No, like the Frank, remember you had the billiards place. Wasn't there a billiards?
No.
Yeah, I think we were planning on doing some billiards anyway. I know, but I remember The Drip. And that's too bad. And that's just a host of many other places that's probably didn't make the cut. It's sad. And, at this point, it's like, okay, you might have a short-term plan. Let me just close down, save the lease, keep a relationship going on with the owners, and then, come back when this is all over with. But it's like, no end in sight. It's so scary.
You know what, Tommy? You know how Frank is. Sometimes he's negative and he'll be complaining. I don't. I remind him, Frank, you're complaining you're home. Anybody on a respirator or in the hospital would give anything to be home and healthy.
You're right about that.
That's my attitude.
Absolutely. That's a good attitude to have because there's a lot of people going through it. Yeah. Are the schools open?
Some are, some aren't.
But in Madison, it's crazy. In Madison, they have all the schools are open half the day, and then the afternoon is virtual learning. But the teachers haven't all had vaccine yet.
No, I haven't been vaccinated.
And I see on the news it's saying a lot of teachers won't go back to school till they get vaccinated.
It's a mixed bag.
But here in Madison,
some are not. Depends on the union.
So what about the hospitals and things? The numbers and stuff are they like? Well, I know at one time they had like capacities were filled and filled capacities and stuff, but I think things have kind of let up a little bit. Do they have accommodations?
Things have let up a little bit,
but it's still scary as hell. You even go into it. Well, you don't want to go into the hospital.
Well,
people are put off surgeries. Marilyn had to have surgery.
No, don't say that.
Just the other day, and
just elective. Something simple.
She gets scared. It was elective surgery, but it was still scary as
it's
hell.
Fine. I'm healthy. Everything's fine. But you know what?
I can tell, Marilyn. You're 100. You're 200% right now. You're 200. But you know what? Now listen to this. But you all have new grands. You have new grands, right? Grandkids. And so now, what about the social distance and things like that? With the whole, spending time.
We do that. Yeah. And when we walk our dog, we have our masks on. And a lot of people walking around with their dogs, some do not wear masks. So we cross the street. We love them, but we give them a message.
Yeah. And
now when they see us, they cross. I mean, we have to do it. And I don't want to get political. You could stop me if I am, but I just feel more hopeful now that that more things are going to be done because we're listening to the scientists and to the doctors.
I believe you're absolutely right. I think the administration is now intact and we can go on with the show.
It's finally sinking into these people. You have to wear a mask and you have to keep your distance, you know?
That's right. That's right. That's what this platform is all about. Just reminding people, you know, wherever they are, this is not a virus that's prejudiced to anybody. I mean, everybody's susceptible and we all have to make sure we're protected. You know, I quote my father every time I come on. You know, he always says, "To be forewarned is to be forearmed." And you know, geez, we've had our fair share of warnings, God knows. So I mean, you know, we just have to pray on it and just try to do the best that we can and making sure we do what we need to do for ourselves and our neighbors, all right? and our future, you know, and the future of the world, because we're all involved with this thing. And these strains, right? They're constantly coming out, Africa and all these other places, right?
It's awful.
You don't know what's next.
We can't wait to get the vaccine because we have 2 little grandbabies, 2 and 4.
Yeah.
And
We're
we
so
love
nervous
seeing
to see
them,
them,
but
you know? When we do see them, you know, and they get tested, but I'm still, even if they get tested, I'm still nervous seeing anybody because you don't know the carriers.
Yeah. And hey, listen, I had gotten tested like 2 weeks before we flew up, because we went up to pick up our dog Boogie from the Bronx. And so we got tested. The week we flew out, I got my results and I was elated. It was like maybe a Tuesday. And then that Friday, I felt sick as a dog flying out. I told my wife, I said, I don't know. I don't feel good at all. And we just got the results. So between Tuesday and Friday, I started feeling like horrible. I started feeling horrible. And so we flew up because I said, well, maybe I said, at that point, it was just scratchy throat and it was a little bit bad. And I was like, well, you know, I swim all during the night and everything else. So I said, well, maybe it's just a little cold or something like that. So we went up there and then found out when we returned that I had it. And then my wife had it as well. So Nita and I both had it. But it's crazy because, you know, you could be fine. And then on the way out of getting tested, do they at least offer tests for you all? Are they available?
If you want to get tested, you have to wait on a long, long line for hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not that's something. You know, I think the reason why I think they make tests so readily available here is probably because it's a big retirement community. And so they want to make sure everybody's, I mean, because I go to, you know how they have LabCorp and things like that? So I go to a place like that, like a LabCorp, and they just take as long as you have insurance, they take it. And you do the test and get it back in like a couple of days, which is pretty good. But it's sad because, you know, you're in places, and I had one person who's a long hauler. Now, long haulers, they're people who actually had gone through the COVID and had and still exhibit symptoms and haven't tested negative yet. They're still testing positive. So I need to do a wraparound conversation and try to get in contact with the young lady and find out how she's making out. She was on maybe about 3 episodes ago, and then I do some follow-ups and things. It'd be interesting to find out how she's doing. It's awful. And she wasn't able to get a test, but her job welcomed her back. As a matter of her job was saying, come back, you know, or else kind of. And she was telling them, look, I still exhibit symptoms. I still haven't been offered a test. Her doctor said, look, you know, we're not going to give you another test because, you know, you're still exhibiting symptoms. So she's like, well, geez, how am I going to know when I'm free of this stuff? And it's been at that point, it's been about a month. So, you know,
Well, I've been getting notices on my cell phone that very soon it's going to come to CVS and ShopRite and Walgreens.
Good.
So I'm hopeful. I'm thinking very soon we'll be getting it.
What else people do that are in that situation?
I know.
That's right.
It's a no-win situation, you know, rock in a hard place.
But Tommy, do you think you and Renita got it because of the plane ride?
No, we had it prior to the plane ride. So, you know, and that's the scary thing as well, because I didn't know that I had it we didn't have time to get retested. I used the results that I got back on Tuesday. I didn't feel like that until that Friday when we left. And I knew it wasn't butterflies for leaving because I was excited about leaving. I wasn't nervous for flying. So, I mean, I couldn't figure out what was the problem. And I had a scratchy throat. And that's probably about it. I didn't have anything else, no loss of smell or anything like that. And again, I get up and like 5 in the morning, at 5:30 in the morning and do my run, and I swim in the evening time. So I didn't know what it was. I just figured maybe it was my turn to just get a common cold. So when we had gone up, we picked up the dog Saturday, and Sunday when it was time to fly back, I was having full-blown symptoms. Like I felt horrible.
God.
And we were at the airport, chills and everything, and they were multiplying, and I was losing control. Hey,
How did your chest feel? Like
tight. It was tight. It was tight.
How long did you have it?
I had it for about, I'd say about 16 days, because I quarantined. I did everything I was supposed to do, and you know what? I still was exhibiting symptoms. So when it was time for me to go back and get tested, I went. No, actually, I called them because, it's great to work in unison with your primary physician because they're the people who do the countdown. It's like, okay, when did you start exhibiting your first symptoms? All right, and then they track it. And then they'll guide you through. They'll let you know, not really what to take. They do advise you and give you some ideas, but, you're not treating the virus, you're treating the symptoms. So, I didn't have a fever. That's the crazy thing. See, I was asymptomatic. So I was able to be welcomed
differently.
Yeah, I was able to be welcomed in every place. Boop, temperature. Oh, you're good. Come on in. And I walk past like, okay.
Oh my God, right.
Meanwhile, the scratchy throat is a dead giveaway. What's that all about? But then again, people, it's the season. It could be hay fever or whatever have you. So, it's so difficult to gauge
from this virus.
Yeah.
Symptoms in the long haul is they have a real hard time because some people are constantly tired and they're being told they're fine. They can't get up off the couch. You tell them they're
Tommy,
that's right.
Besides wishing for vaccinations to be more readily available to everyone, I wish there was a test that you could take and find the results immediately. Like you could take it every day if you had this, like a thermometer.
Wouldn't that be something? And you know what? It's better. They have it. I mean, you look at it like this. They have it so many places now. They're shipping them. They're shipping tests here. They're shipping tests there. And you know what? Yeah. Why don't you just go ahead and let these chemists and pharmaceutical companies go ahead and just saturate the market. Fill up
everybody have it in their home.
Yeah, and everybody just has them. Have the kit.
Take it every day.
Take it, and then go out and you can feel confident. And then, like they say, live for the day. Okay, boop, I got it. Let me go out and do what I need to do. Go grocery shopping. Follow CDC and do everything you need to do. But I definitely get what you're saying. Now, there would be a cost, but guess what? Who would be paying for the cost? The consumers anyway.
Yeah.
That's right.
At least the economy would still be driving forward instead of us just standing still and losing out on something else.
In the long run, save money.
Yeah, and it's weird because you have certain people monopolizing and honing in on everything. You have Pfizer, Moderna. You have these big places, and then you have like for us, it's like the state parks. They're doing it, but then I guess whoever's getting, who's getting the money for all this? I mean, there's funding.
Mm-hmm.
It comes to time, and then with the grease of what was taking place in administration before, there was no telling what was happening. At least we're getting kind of a clear. Yeah. It's like we're moving through the fog.
Yeah.
And and I feel like at least we're on board and can kind of see what's happening. But
everybody feels hopeful now.
Yeah, there was so much going on, so much convolution.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So with that, I think we're ready for a song.
Wait. Can I just give a little preview?
Yes.
When Frank's brother passed away a long time ago, he and his brother were best friends, okay? Yes. So when he passed away, he didn't talk for a couple weeks, Frank, and all he did was sit at the piano, and he kept playing and playing and playing. So long story short, he called it For My Brother. There's no lyrics, but when you hear it, if anybody is listening who has lost loved ones from the coronavirus or any kind of loss, you don't need the words. You can feel what he's feeling. And here's the song.
You wouldn't want to hear me sing anyway, so.
All right, here's the song. Listen to the feelings.
We certainly
That's
will.
a great song. It's my favorite song. Here we go.
That gives you an idea.
That's beautiful.
how things are still. And I believe everybody can relate to that.
Listen, let me tell you something. I didn't know whether to buckle over here and cry to pieces or what. You know, my whole thing is, and you know, Frank, I shared with you all the loss of my mom in November, and you know, this platform here was something that, you know, and Lux really came through in the clutch and gave me this opportunity to go ahead and start this up because of my passion about, you know, COVID and the pandemic and how it's wiping so many great people off the face of the earth. And, you know, as you played, it was interesting because you played, and I could tell you played from your heart. And my show, I try to deliver it from my heart. And, you know, my sister, folks who listen and watch the Wendy Williams show, you know, lately we've been like going back and forth, and there's been so many things laid out on social media with regard to me trying to come at my sister and question, you know, kind of how she mourns and grieves with my mom. And, you know, she put a piece together just recently. And it's funny because you know, everybody does what they need to do for reparation. And to repair your heart and your loss, you know, you put together this piece. That's just one of probably the many, many things that you do to memorialize your brother. And I'm doing this along with many things. And Wendy's done the movie on Lifetime, and that documentary, and the chance to see my mother again and all the family and stuff like that. You know, it's priceless. So, you know, these things, folks, I think that, you know, it's just so powerful having you both on here tonight. And I was trying to figure out what the show, I mean, I knew that, you know, you were going to be doing your piano playing, and I actually have a person that I would love for you to meet, you know, when this whole thing is over. And in the meanwhile, his name is Danny Rockmolowitz, and he had given a call. He actually is a saxophone player. He's Saxman Dan. And so I'm going to put you in contact with him. And I would, you know, I spoke to Frank audience and folks watching about putting a piece together for the show, something that would have some sentiment for people who are going through this pandemic, because it's not an easy time. It's a very tribulating time, and it's very difficult. And, you know, I think most important, it should unify the planet. If nothing else, I think that it's a time for us to just realize the cohesiveness, if no other time, that we do have so much in common with one another. It's no better time to refer to your fellow man and woman as your brother and sister, because we need one another. We need one another to make executive and well thought out decisions every day when we tighten our mask and wash our hands.
It's so easy to do. It's so easy to do.
It's so easy.
Hard to hate, you know?
Yeah.
It's so
Tommy,
easy to do. It's so natural.
I wanted to say one thing.
We
No
shouldn't have a
wonder
problem with it.
Frank
We do.
considers you his
You know?
brother, because you both have a kind, beautiful heart.
Oh, thanks so much, Marilyn. The D'Amelios, everybody. The Amelios, and they're fantastic. They've been great friends of my wife and I for many years. For my wife and me for many years. We've done a lot of things. Frank used to come out on my boat with me. We used to sail. Sailing the day away, and oh my gosh, so many fond memories. We're gonna get back to those times real soon, folks. But you know, it means a whole lot that you came on the show. And we're gonna definitely make sure we stay in contact. And I want to continue to pray for the planet, because, you know, I think that, you know, when this is all over, we're gonna have a chance to really celebrate, you know, and hopefully move beyond this and have many, many years to go.
Okay. We love you, Tommy.
We love you as well. Thank you, buddy. We'll talk soon, okay? Thanks for coming on the show.
Bye.
All the best. Thanks.
Okay.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Now, glutathione is a big word, but it's the body's own master antioxidant. So it's a scavenger for free radicals, for bacteria, and what's relevant now, viruses. This is new to the marketplace. There's no other product on the market that has the ingredient NACET.
And basically NACET increases the production of that glutathione that is in our body already to strengthen and enhance our immune system and keep it strong. Elevated sense of well-being. Supports muscle strength and endurance. Cognitive function. Powerful liver support. Energy. Helps blood sugar regulation. Superior bioavailability of key ingredients.
One of your best defenses against COVID is a strong immune system. Taking GSH Plus as a daily supplement does all that. And now we have the product out on the marketplace.